where I was like, I don't know what to talk about. I've said everything that I could possibly say. I used to make a lot of series, and I also used to, like, when I get in the mood to post, I post like 20 videos a day. It's not difficult for me to come up with posting one a day because I post like 20 a day. I have over 8,000 videos, and I've been on TikTok for approximately 2 years. I have tons of playlists. They all have like hundreds of videos in them. And sometimes it just, very rarely, but sometimes I get to a place where I'm like, what the fuck else is there to say? I don't know what else to say. I don't know if you guys want to ask questions and have me answer them. I don't know if I'm supposed to re-upload old series. I don't know. From what I've experienced and what I've seen, if all of us remember our own abilities, our own divinity, our own tools, then we are going to be empathetic of everyone on this planet and be able to not only coexist, but survive and thrive. Having one group make all the decisions, whether it's a council or a government or anything like that, does not work. It doesn't work. Hierarchy does not work. So that's why this time, instead of like a massive flood taking everybody out, we are doing it differently. We're all awakening to our own divinity. We're all remembering our own tools. That's why I'm so passionate about teaching people or helping them remember who they are. The way that I see it, I'm kind of like cleaning up. Some people love it and some people hate it. I'm like I'm like a brother that comes in and like is like, all right, we got to clean up this fucking playroom that we call Earth. We've got to clean this shit up and clean it up and put it back to the balanced order that we all agreed upon, that we all co-created together. Let's do this. And then once we do that, we remember our abilities, we remember our divinity, we remember our ability to have anything we've ever fucking wanted, manifest, if you want to call it that, all the cheat codes of everything, and realize that we are just a three-dimensional form of a much larger fucking thing. The reason that things are not good and the reason that there has been a government system is because we have amnesia, and we've all forgotten what we are capable of and what we can do. And I'm trying to help everybody remember. I'm big on helping people remember so that all of your what people call deities, gods, goddesses, angels, demons, we're all a fragment of those. We are three-dimensional forms of these larger beings, and we can do all of these things. They used to do all these things. Chaos, magic, war, healing, love, they all held a purpose, and they all just did all the things. But because we get amnesia, we have the trauma of those past lives and existences and dimensions that we have to clean up so that we can remember that we are those things, so we can get back to having fucking fun and living life. I hope that made sense. Hey, I see you. You comment this a lot. So I want you to know that I do see you. And it's hard for me to answer this because the video that you commented on, that whole series, that whole playlist is pretty much about me thinking I have no gifts. Thinking I have no spiritual gifts. And I kept trying to look to what other people's spiritual gifts were to try to figure out my own. And it gunked up the works to where I couldn't figure out what I do. I couldn't figure out my spiritual gifts. I started to realize, I don't dream either, by the way. I work in my dreams, and you probably work in your dreams, and that's why you can't remember them. If you think about that, if your soul is fragmenting out to help do thousands of things, your human brain isn't going to be able to remember that one dream. Now, some people work in the dream realms. That's part of their gift. And when they do that, they focus all of their attention on the one thing that they're working on. And that's how they remember their dreams. Some people get their messages in their dreams. We are all different. And that's going back to what I was first starting to say. We are all different. So if you try to base your gifts off of what other people have, you are doing yourself a disjustice and a disservice. If I was to look at my life, my world around me, and see what I've always been naturally good at, I was always a trainer at every job I had right away. I went into management in every job I had. Those sorts of things. I was really good with people. A bit of a people pleaser, though, so that I needed to heal. But your real life, the stuff that goes on around you, those are spiritual gifts. For a while, I thought my only spiritual gift, because everybody had theirs open, I thought mine was just to dance and sing and be bubbly. And even that alone was a spiritual gift, because I was able to raise the day, make someone happy. And if I made one person happy, that was a major ripple effect. That affected everything. Being who you are naturally is going to get you in touch with your spiritual gifts. A lot of the spiritual practices are there to keep people from waking up to their own divinity, right and wrong way of doing things. I have a lot of free resources on my page to help. I would definitely start with the About Me series for you so you can get perspective. I'm right here. I'll help. I love this more than words could say. That's all I could fucking ask for. That's all I could fucking ask for. That's great, Robin. I'm sorry that you broke your tongue, but I'm glad you made a healing out of it. This comment actually means a lot to me. I get ridiculed for being a parent on here because of my fucking Spaces Ocean video and my babies in that video, and people are like, oh my god, she's making more humans. The world is coming to an end. This is why humanity is horrible. Which I thought I had healed all that, but apparently this comment is making me realize I have not. So I need to look more into that, because it is hurtful. Thank you. Thank you for this. I will say that my 13-year-old, who goes by the name Chris, they have a different set of trauma. There's trauma no matter what. Like, being human is painful. So even if you have a loving environment where the parent respects the way you dress or your pronouns or doesn't put pressure on you about food or chores or any of that shit, now they have a different trauma. They have nothing to relate to their friends about because their friends have asshole parents and all sorts of. So my 13-year-old has a whole new set of fucking trauma, which is not being able to relate to their friends at all. So feeling completely ostracized from it. But at least we're aware of it and we're able to work through it, and that's cool. And they also have the safe space to, like, not fucking work through that if they want to just fucking be a kid and not fucking work through it. But it is there. It's there. Also, the 8-year-old has their own unique set of trauma. They like chaos. They are very dark energy. And my home is very peaceful and loving, so it makes them explode in a need for chaos, a need for destruction. So both of my kids need chaos in their life a little bit, and they don't have it. And so it creates a unique little bubble of trauma for them that not many people have, but it's fucking there, man. Being human is funny. But thank you for this. And thank you for drawing my attention to my older series. Thank you for finding comfort in me when you can't get sleep and you need a little bit of help or understanding. It's been cool getting to know you through the comments. It's been cool. I will say this. I have a series in my About Me playlist about witchcraft. I was thinking about posting this: witchcraft, spirituality, science, and atheism, or being atheist or whatever, and how they all go together. And the tools and stuff are more feminine, and the not using the tools, like the download codes and healing it with energy and stuff, that's more masculine. And there are some of the most fucking powerful fucking people that I've ever met do use tools. They do use witchcraft. They do use, and they are really good with connecting with the energies of the elements. And they are fucking powerful in their feminine energy, which is using that romantic, powerful, I say power a lot, but that romantic, earthbound energy. And they can do stuff that I can't do. And I do stuff that maybe they can't do. And that's why it's a piece of the puzzle. But yeah, you know, if you're drawn to use tools, there was a time in my life where I was drawn to it, but I was getting more in touch with my feminine side. And I've just realized that I do things in a more masculine way. And again, that About Me series has a lot, or that playlist has a lot of my personal self-discovery in this. But it's cool that you don't use tools either, that you heal yourself a different way. All different modalities, man. I always say the more tools in your toolbox that fit you and who you are, the better. My tools are just not physical, you know? The best way to combat this is to go back on the timelines to structured religion points and heal as much as possible that you're allowed or that you were a part of, and push that energy forward. I'm going to tag the playlist about the journey of healing structured religion down here. I'm on board. If you see something more, I am on board with trying to break it apart. Okay, bye. This was pretty easy. I do this all the time. I go anywhere and everywhere. The pinned video at the top of my page, underneath my bio, like the pinned videos, I have create your own house cleanse. And then the steps to apply that to the dream realms, the astral realms, dream realm self, astral, like all the fucking things. If you want to go further into it, I would go into the Intense Energy Vampire Cleanse series. That has the house cleanse in it as well. The house cleanse is creating like 4 of your own healings. The Intense Energy Vampire Cleanse is like decades worth of fucking shit like in it, and that's in my link tree. I would definitely start there. And also the closing statements in my link tree, I would go there too. I'm on the New Earth right now. A lot of people are. You are. You're on a newer Earth than you were on yesterday. You're in a newer Earth than you were on 5 or 6 years ago. All time is now. All locations are now. So this 5D New Earth thing that's out there in the spiritual community, the concept of 5D, I've spoken on this before. If I like to use the concept of a movie theater. So let's do this. The physical theater itself is 3-dimensional. You sitting in the theater is 3-dimensional. You watching the movie and understanding and like conceptualizing and thinking about the movie that you're watching, that's 4D. You empathizing with the characters on the screen, and like putting yourself in their shoes, that's 5D. 6D is being the actors in the film, or you can switch it over to like when you go to theme parks and like everything's happening around you and you're a part of the movie, or dinner theater where you're a part of the movie. 7D is being the set creators, the directors, things like this. And it goes on. It goes up to the 24th dimension. It goes down to the negative 12th dimension. energies of 3 up to 6 are available as a 3-dimensional being, as a human living on this planet. 3 to 60 are very, very reasonable places to be. Even 70. I can do the stuff from the upper dimensions and the lower dimensions on here too, but 3 to 6 is typical for humanity. But 3 dimensions, that's physicality, and you cannot have a 3-dimensional body in the 5th dimension. Scientifically, like it's not possible. But you can have a 5-dimensional mentality and abilities in a 3-dimensional vessel. So you can vibrate at a 5th dimension, but cleaning up your karmic cords, I don't agree with karma the way that other people do either, because of my personal experience and journeys. Like, people who are abused in a past life can still be abused in this life. People who are abused in this life are not paying for their sins in a past life. Karma is actually based on cause and effect and soul contracts that you've made, and healing those and clearing those up. I recommend those for everybody. Free your soul. Free your soul up of all the bullshit that you've gone through. Heal your trauma. Hope that helps. Sure. This comment was on my Create Your Own House cleanse that's pinned in my videos. I call mine Cat's House Cleanse. Some people call theirs the color blue. Some people call them scrubby bubbles. Some people call it their warehouse cleanse. It's just unique to you. This is actually where the oversoul situation comes into play. If there's 13 oversouls, finding out who in a situation, in a world event, is part of your oversoul, or finding out what you are connected to, whether it be the ocean or trees or sun or any of this, being able to heal further. If we heal stuff only with soul's consent and we find something or a person that is part of our oversoul, it's like, what can we do? What's the most impactful thing we can do in that situation? We can actually find part of our oversoul anywhere in the world and see what we are able to do for them or with them, with their soul's consent and for the highest good, in respects that we might not be able to do a damn thing. And in that case, if you want to just look at the point of one raindrop ripples out, healing our own selves, healing our own situation, ripples out so fucking far. I use this example a lot, like when I'm working in sessions in Australia. Okay, so if you live in a different part of the world, if you, like a person that lives in Australia, or me, I live here, if I heal something, I am less likely to have a car accident, right? If I've healed stuff to where I'm paying attention on the road and I've activated my shielding and guardians and like everything, I'm less likely to have a car accident, which is less likely to cause severe damages. And those severe damages affect hundreds of thousands of people. It could affect someone watching it or someone who was involved in the accident calling their family who lives in Australia or their family that lives in America or whatever. And then it going on further and further. Like you use the example that your boyfriend is from, I believe you said Iran, but if not, the Middle East somewhere. Helping us all understand everything, work together, heal, and remember is fantastic for the world at large. And it also is, it helps to not have, say this from my perspective, but I know that you're white as well, or at least white looking. I have to be very careful not to try to colonize the world. Stay respectful in the fact that my way is not always the best way. And heal for myself and help and just stay respectful. It's so freaking exciting. It's such an exciting time to be alive. My 8-year-old was born with all their gifts open. My 13-year-old had to remember their stuff just like me, but they also died in 9/11 and they were my age at 9/11 when they died. So they weren't into like learning about their past lives and stuff. A lot of learning about the past lives and remembering who we are and what we're capable of and all of that. That's why I'm so big on like helping people remember their past lives and shit, is because if you remember this stuff, then if you do incarnate again, you don't have to clean up all of that stuff. We've taken away the amnesia part. We've healed that big shit. So like when people are born, they can remember a lot more now because their amnesia is cleared, and it's they're not entrapped anymore, and it's a great fucking time to be alive. I agree. It's cool. My opinions on the vaccination are very, very, very simple. I feel that everybody should do what is right for them, for their personal health, for their personal belief system. We've done as much work as possible to help make the vaccine as safe as possible for the people that need to get it, or to get the vaccine. I work with people who are vaccinated. I work with people who are not vaccinated. I don't disclose whether I am or not because it is such a political topic. I'm about full body autonomy for anyone and everyone, with the respects that you do live in a society where there's other people and health issues needed, like following traffic laws to help the safety of all. There's a balance of everything in there. Since I am a spiritual healer and able to do a lot more, my views on things are skewed. I know you were helping somebody else, but the going through some ish in an alternate reality, it's the one we avoided: mass eviction, cannibalism, zombies. It's bad. We did heal a bunch of that. So when you're telling people that we're in a different timeline or dimension, it is very real. There is a version of you that did not make it out. I want to help clean those timelines and dimensions up and realities up as well. So here's a phrase for that. If you don't want to use it, that's totally fine. But for anybody else who might want to, there is that. And thank you for bringing this up. And I hope this helps. Okay, goodbye. I have a series I'll tag at the bottom of this video. I can tag the playlist. It's connected to my About Me playlist. And the series is How to Heal the World. How do you start healing the planet? And it walks you through what I did. So hope that helps. Okay, bye. So what I'm going to talk to you about, I want to preface this by saying, not that you're saying that you are, but I don't believe in being broken. Even when I'm helping people heal something that they have, like a disability that they've developed all over time, or one that they're born with. It sounds like what you need to heal and what you've been working on is that guilt and that shame, or that needing to hide it, the trauma that came from having it. That is the part that needs to be healed, not the disability itself. Although that is an ableist mentality to a point, because I don't know what you have or what you're dealing with, or how it affects your life at all. I don't. I do know that guilt and shame is more damage for your body than any toxin or chemical you could put into it. So I always go to a place of trying to heal the guilt and shame around it. Now, what I tell people who develop a disease or a disability is, if you're so focused on trying to be back to your quote-unquote normal self, there is no normal, learning how to live your best life in the vessel that you have at this moment in time is the most impactful thing you can do for yourself, to be happy and whole within yourself, in no matter what form you're in. I have a series, it's about helping someone who is a quad paraplegic. His name is VO, and we're still working on helping him and healing with him. But for him, it's more about, like, he used to work on people's car engines, and then now he can't anymore. And I want to help him realize that he still can work on the car engines with his mind and his energy body and make the car engines work. Everything I do, it's from my living room, comfort of my couch. I don't need a body to do the things that I do. That's what I want to help people with. Yeah, but of course, I can only speak from my own personal experience. It would be bullshit of me to say that I completely 100% understand. But that's what I got. So I thought I'd share it. Okay, bye. I'm available for 30 minutes or hour sessions on the weekdays and hour to 2 hour sessions on Sundays. The link to book is in my link tree. Okay, bye. Hey, open-minded skeptics are my favorite kinds of people. That means that you have critical thinking skills. It means that you are doing the things to understand stuff for yourself at a level for yourself, and you're not just blindly believing anything that you see, hear, or feel online or in books. Yours was a 2-part comment, and you also stated that you want help in trying to see if you can get things to work for you. I always recommend the Intense Energy Vampire Cleanse series to people. It's available in my link tree. That's a great place to start. Some people see energy, some people feel it, some people hear it. One of the things I've found about the spiritual community is what they teach you is very unrealistic, and not everybody, but it's a lot of propaganda and bullshit that actually keeps you from connecting to the way that you yourself process energy and heal. Everything that I talk about is from personal experience, so I'm very confident in what I have experienced, what I have shared. I get confirmation of it all the time. So for me, it's easy for me to live this life, be in this life, believe this life, because it's my life. But living in a society where we're told that this is crazy, not knowing if we're seeing the results of the energy work or the things that we're doing ourselves can be very, very daunting and frustrating. And that exists. That's out there. So I'm going to also tag at the bottom here a series that I don't post often, but I love it. It's one of my favorites, and it's How to Process Energy. Hopefully that can give a little bit more clarity into everything. Yeah. And if you want to tell me how, if you did the Intense Energy Vampire Cleanse and that helped you, I would love to hear about it. If you want to go into more details about what exactly you've tried, what is working for you, what isn't working for you, I can try to further help you from there. I have a lot of free resources on my page, and I'm willing to help. Okay, bye. On the original video that you commented on, I wrote out a list of kind of what I do in my sessions. I also will tag another playlist down here. It's in one of my About Me's is a series on what my sessions are like. That's available to view, kind of like a quick rundown. I also have lots of my lives saved in my Linktree under TikTok lives, and lives saved in my Instagram. Those give a better view on how I work, what I do, and how I help people. I might be going live today also with my friend Kate. That's in the workings. So that would be cool. And that just gives an example of what I do and what things are like. Thanks for asking. Okay,